What's up guys, welcome to another episode of OCD channel. My name is Peter. In this video I'm going to show you how you can easily transform the exterior of your car at DIY level. The car I'm going to use for this video is the car behind me, a 2013 BMW 3 Series. Overall the condition of the car is pretty poor, the paint is faded, lots of swirl marks, also sun cream marks. Car came quite dirty, lots of tar on it. So first of all I'm going to show you how we prep the car before machine polishing. So the first thing I always do for preparation of the cars is I use this product, Vasco Prewash. This is contactless tar remover. This product can be used on dirty car. You just need to give it time, minimum 1 hour. But what I do myself most of the time is I bring the car in the evening, spray it with the product, and then I have the car ready to be rinsed in the morning. Of course, if you had solvent tar remover, you couldn't do that because the product could possibly damage the paint. In this case, this product is fully safe for exterior surfaces. So as you can see, there's lots of tar on this car. However, after the length of time the tar is ready to be rinsed, it's fully dissolved. When it comes to Vasco Prewash, I only spray this product on the lower parts of the car because I use it mainly for removing tar. It also helps to remove road film, that heavy dirt on the lower parts of the car. But there's no really point to spray this product on the windows, on the bonnet, on the roof, because you're never going to see tar on those surfaces. So once you remove the tar from the lower parts of the car, it's always a good idea to give really good rinse to the whole car. In the next step, I will use ADBL Alkaline foam. This is my second stage of the pre-wash. I want to give the whole car a really good clean. Before I will use the foam, I'm going to spray the wheels with my wheel cleaner. For these wheels, I'm going to use Clean wheel. This is balanced acidic wheel cleaner. I also want to clean the tires really well, so for this I'm going to use ADBL tire and rubber cleaner. The snow foam needs couple of minutes to do its job, so instead of me waiting and looking at it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give good agitation to the wheels as well as all hard to reach spots. The next step is contact wash. For this I'm going to use swag shampoo. The next step in preparation process is fallout removal, so for this I'm going to use ADBL Vampire Liquid. In the case of fallout remover, I leave this product on the paint for 10 to 20 minutes depending on contamination on the car. In the meantime, we have great chance to do final agitation of the wheels. In the case of dark color cars, it's hard enough to see the reaction that fallout remover causes on the contaminants. However, if the car is used daily, there will always be some level of iron-based contaminants on the paint. And the last step of preparation process is clay bar, and so obviously you need clay bar and you need some lubrication. You can buy dedicated clay lubricant. In this case I have Good Stuff clay lube. However, you can also make your own lubrication by just using car shampoo. So for a 1 liter bottle, you just use 100 milliliters of car shampoo mixed with water, and that will give you good enough lubrication for clay bar. So the car is prepped now and ready for polishing. Let's have a closer look at the condition of the paint. When it comes to machine polishing, obviously you need some equipment, so you need some compounds, you need some polishing pads, some microfiber cloths. Also very important to have is panel wipe. Panel wipe we use for removing residue of compound, then you can check the results that you're achieving. Also, as important as the panel wipe is inspection light. In this case we have this model, but you can use any sort of LED focus light for the inspection. It will show you level of imperfections on your paint. And also it's good to have some sort of cleaning brush so you can clean your pad between the stages. For start, I'm going to show you what results could you achieve with this machine. It's 9mm dual action polisher from ADBL. When it comes to machine polishing, most of people that started get the impression that the results depended on the products or brands that you use for the job. But I'm going to show you what you have to put in place to get the results there. So for start, I'm going to use medium pad with medium compound. When it comes to the amount of compound that you need for polishing, you need only small bit. In this case, I'm going to use 4 decent drops of compound. Next thing you should consider when you're polishing is the area. What I usually do myself is I mark the area with 3 times by 3 size of your pad. To spread the compound on the panel, I'm going to use speed 1. Now I'm ready for polishing, so I'm going to change the speed to number 4, 4.5. When I'm polishing, I'm going to work very slow with myself to move the polisher as slow as possible, and I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure on the polisher. So now we can check the results we achieved with this set of passes. So here is the result I achieved within 2 to 3 minutes on this section. So as you can imagine, it wouldn't take me a lot of time to complete this car if I was doing the job this way. I'm not aiming for paint correction, as I mentioned before. I'm going to show you DIY way of transforming the car. I think for that it's perfect solution. The use of inspection torch and panel wipe is extremely important. That's because if you don't do those steps after polishing, you're never gonna see proper results that you're achieving. All the compounds, doesn't matter what brand, all the compounds will fill the tiny imperfections in the paint to some level, and if you don't remove them properly, you're not gonna see the results. So in the case of this panel, the progress is extremely good. I spent in total about 15 minutes. I have half of the bonnet already done. Of course, I'm not removing all the imperfections. Basically, what I'm clearing off is majority of swirl marks and oxidation. Deeper marks are still there. To remove those marks, we would have to approach it differently. To get really good results with dual action polisher, what you need to understand is how this polisher works. So overall, the polisher provides 2 motions, orbital motion and rotary motion. So the key when you use this polisher is to let the polisher do its job. So what that means is when you use polisher, the backing plate should be rotating all the time. If you apply too much pressure on the machine or will tilt it, what will happen is you will stop or slow down the rotary motion. In result, what will happen is you will reduce the progress big time, or that might lead to buffer trails. So while you use this polisher, make sure the rotary motion is in place at all the time. When it comes to the bonnet on this car, the job was relatively simple. However, the difficulty appears when you start to do the sides. In the case of most cars, the passenger side will be the most damaged part of the car. So in this case, if I use the same combination as I did on the bonnet, we wouldn't get really good results. So what we have to do, we have to change the combination we use. And in this case, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use heavy cut pad and heavy cut compound. But that's not enough to get really good results. What you need to consider as well, as I mentioned at the start, the area we're working on. So in this case, I'm going to reduce the area that I'll be polishing at one time. Also, I'm going to work at a little bit higher speed than I work in there, as well as I'm going to put a little bit of more pressure. So let's see the results. So in this case, you can see the improvement is massive. Also, the finish is very good as well, as there is no buffer trails. Some deeper marks are still left there, but the consideration on this car is to get it done within single stage machine polishing. And I think for what we've done, the results is very good. So I'm getting there with the job. Overall, I spent about 6.5 hours of polishing. During that, I removed about 60% of imperfections from the paint. What I also did up to this point, I dressed all the plastic trims around the car, I dressed all the tires, waxed the wheels, cleaned the windows, and wiped the paint with panel wipe. After all this effort, it would be well worth to protect the paint somehow. So for this car, what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply wax, Soft99 Fusso. If you haven't applied waxes before, my best advice is obviously prep the paint as best as you can, but when it comes to application itself, don't use lots of wax. The less wax you use, the better. As long as you cover the surface, that's all you need. If you apply thick layer of wax, all will happen is you will have to remove all the excess, so you will just make your work harder. Apply thin layer of the wax on 2-3 panels. The wax needs 5 to 8 minutes to set, so after that length of time you can wipe it off. So as you can see, you've applied thin layer of wax, there's no problem to remove it, and the job is nice and easy. So here is the result I achieved on this job. For 10-11 hours of work in total, I think the result is quite good on this car. If you don't have much time, let's say you have only Saturday to do your car, if you follow the steps, you should be able to improve your car even within one day, as long as you follow the process. Of course, not on every car you will get this kind of result. Sometimes you might get better results even within the same time, but sometimes you need a lot more time, as some paints are just very hard to deal with. But it's always well worth to try to get your car looking good again. All the products I use in this video I have listed in the description. So that's everything in this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the process I showed you in this video will help you to transform your own car. If you have any questions, comment below. If you like the video, make sure you give us a like. This helps to grow the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do so you won't miss any videos that I'm going to publish in the next while. And see you on the next one.